Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Allie, or Wavy Curly Allie. I'm a healthy hair enthusiast just here sharing my tips and tricks on how to help you love your hair as it is naturally. Today we are back with a full wash day tutorial. I know I don't upload a ton, but I only like to upload content that I find will be helpful, sharing tips and tricks for you all to make this process a little bit easier if you're on your healthy hair journey. Today I'm going to be going over exactly what I do, how I do it, when I do it, what I use, how much I use, so on and so forth. Everything will be linked in the caption below with direct links to the website and where I get my products. But full disclaimer, you don't need to use what I use, how much I use, when I use it, the same heat settings, the same speed settings on your diffuser. You can air dry if you'd like. Tutorials are guidelines, not hard stop rules. So without further ado, we don't like long intros here. Let's get in the shower. All right, let's kick off this wash day with the Pure Silk Moisturizing Shampoo from Bounce Curl. I take a generous amount of the shampoo, really scrub my scalp with it, and then take the excess shampoo, work it through the lengths of my hair to help remove any product buildup from my previous wash day, as well as the refreshes in between. Be sure to thoroughly rinse this out before moving on to your next step, which is conditioner. For this wash day, I'm using the Super Smooth Cream Conditioner from Bounce Curl. I start by working this through my mid-lengths to my ends, helping to tangle my hair gently by raking it through, and then I ultimately end up using my brush to help smooth down any of those tangles and fully coat every single strand. Once I'm finished, I'm sure to clean off this brush so that it doesn't cause any buildup, and I don't want it to be covered in conditioner the next time I pick it up. I now set my hair for about 5 minutes in a claw clip before fully rinsing out this product. So let's get into styling. I typically do this while still standing in the shower, but because I'm filming, getting dressed felt a little bit easier. I'm going in with a quarter size amount of the Avocado and Rose Oil Clump and Define Cream from Bounce Curl. I'm also fine in my hands. You can actually see it's quite a bit of product. This is very concentrated. I work from my mid-lengths to my ends and then gently rake this up and off of my scalp to make sure my hair is not sticking to my scalp at any point. Next, I'm dividing my hair into two sections, the front half and the back half. I'm going to secure the back half with a claw clip so it's up and out of the way while I'm working with the front. With my Irish Sea Moss gel from Love Your Curls, I use about a quarter size amount. I'll emulsify the gel in my hands and then begin applying first with praying hands for even distribution and then going through to rake the product through my hair to fully coat every strand and make sure that my hair is still detangled. At this point, I'm now grabbing the Define Styling Brush from Bounce Curl, and I'm going to use this to both smooth down my hair, make sure product is well distributed, but create a little bit of tension to help form some curl clumps. There are grooves or teeth on the side of the brush that help form very uniform clumps. If you have a wavier texture like I do, you might find that these clumps are a little bit too small. What you can do is gently shake your hair to help some of those clumps come back together. And at this point, you can now scrunch your hair or look at the direction that your hair is curling in at the end and give it a twist. The only reason I finger curl this way is if I want a little bit more uniformity and predictability in my end result. So I'm doing it today simply to show you that this is an option. This is not something I typically like to do because it does add a couple more minutes, but really in the grand scheme of finger curling, this is probably the laziest version you'll find out there. Now give your hair a squish. This will help press the product into your strands, remove the excess water, and help your waves or curls begin to form. This is now what the front section looks like, and I'm going to repeat this process on the back section. As you can see, I'm using my arm as a divider between the front section, which is done, and the back section, which I'm just starting. Hold the front section if you need to. It's another option I'm just trying to show you. And then use your other arm to brush through your hair. This might look a little bit tricky or difficult, but at this point, I'm so into the rhythm. I'm on autopilot at this point, and I actually find this very easy to do after a few wash days with this brush. Now give your hair a little bit of a shake. Let those clumps come back together if they are a little bit too thin for you. And then I go through and I finger curl the back pieces since I did it to the front. I'm going to give my hair a little bit of a shake to make sure it stays off my scalp and doesn't dry with a wonky section in the back. Now, if you do this and it causes quite a bit of separation and stringiness in your clumps, just introduce a little bit of water from the mid-lengths to the ends. This will help your clumps form back together. Typically, when I get asked how I create such big curl clumps, the answer is simply just adding more water. It creates bigger curl clumps. I've gotten out of the shower at this point and I'm going to use my microfiber plopping towel. You can also use a cotton t-shirt or a cotton towel. Gently accordion the lengths of your hair into the deepest part of the towel. Bring it over your head, and then you're going to twist the tail, which has a loop at the end, to help secure it to the button on the back. Once the plopping towel is properly placed on my head and secure, I do this for about 15 to 20 minutes so that I can apply my makeup and get dressed. As you can see, I've already done that, but for the sake of demonstration, I'm showing you exactly how I tie my hair back. Once I'm ready, I take the plopping towel off, and you can see my hair actually looks relatively frizz-free, which is exactly what we're going for. You're not trying to rustle it around while it's in the towel. The next step is to micro-plop. This means squishing the excess water out of your hair using, again, a microfiber towel or a cotton towel or a cotton t-shirt. I do this gently just to help remove some of the excess water, and by doing this, it drastically improves and shortens my drying time once I get to the diffuser. Here's what it looks like so far, just showing you each stage. Now I'm going through with my X Mondo Wave Tech foam. I love using foam at this stage of the process because it is very light, very airy. It's not sticky whatsoever. It creates a little bit of wetness, but there's a consistency to it that does allow my curl clumps to form back together and stay together throughout the drying process. It's a little bit of extra insurance, if you will, and I love this process. You can also see that I'm using my fingers to gently lift my strands up and off of my scalp so that there is no sticking. Again, if you deal with wonky sections in the back after upside down styling or with your hair sticking at the scalp, making sure to have a lot of movement in the process, side to side, upside down, especially when drying, this will help prevent those issues. As you can see, my hair has absorbed all of that wonderful foam, and I'm going in with a cotton towel to squeeze out any last bit of moisture before going into diffusing. As I mentioned previously, micro-plopping before diffusing has been a game changer on how quickly I can diffuse my hair. It used to take me over an hour, now it takes me 20 minutes. I will also add that using a smart diffuser has been a game changer in speeding up this drying time. So here's where we're at. You can see my clumps are really forming. I've got some curls popping through, and I'm gonna hit my hair with just a little bit of alcohol-free hairspray. Yes, it matters to use alcohol-free. Alcohol can be drying, so use an alcohol-free hairspray. This will help harden your cast, create some more definition, reduce frizz, and speed up drying time. If you're not catching the theme here, we're going for a quick drying. Now, the general rule of thumb for me when it comes to diffusing is I like to use medium to high heat and high speed when I'm hover diffusing, meaning the diffuser is not directly in my hair, it's hovering over it. That includes cup hovering or cup diffusing. And if I'm going into my hair directly with a pixie diffuse, which means the diffuser is touching my hair, I go to a low to medium heat and a medium speed high speed setting. Depending on the volume, I will use a high speed setting if the diffuser is directly in my hair, if it's at the root to help with root lift and volume. Now, I super sped that up about 50 times, so you caught my 20 minutes very quickly of diffusing because I simply didn't want to bore you and make you watch a 20-minute video. So now that my hair is 100% dry, I pinched it to make sure that there's no hidden moisture in there, and I'm going in with a little bit of oil. The oil is really to reduce the friction, so when I'm scrunching out this cast, I'm not creating any additional and unwanted frizz. I'm going to spend a little bit of time shaking my roots, making sure my hair's falling where it wants to fall, it doesn't look wonky, scrunching out any cast, looking for large curl clumps such as this. It needs to be separated if you want a little bit of volume. I also just don't like the look of really piecey, wavy, curly hair. This is just preference. You can leave them together, but if you want a little bit of extra volume, separate some of those curl clumps, fluff up your hair, fluff out your roots, shake it out, and then you need to give it a little bit of time to settle. I usually wait about 10 to 15 minutes after I finish styling my hair to get an honest look at the final result. So you can see I'm kind of going through side to side, shaking it out again, separating any of those big clumps and letting it settle. And here you have it. Here's my final results. I'm going to do a quick 360 so you can get a full sense of what the back looks like. You've seen a lot of movement during that routine with adding stylers, drying upside down and side to side. That is key to keeping this back section looking normal. So I'm going to turn around so you can see exactly what it looks like. And there you have it. That's it. My entire routine takes about 45 minutes for me. 25 minutes is washing and styling. The remaining 20 minutes is just drying, scrunching, and fluffing my hair. If you have any questions, comments, or video requests, please drop them below, and I will do my best to continue bringing you all the videos that you love the most. All right. Thanks, guys.